Challenge kicks into life here today with the Guardians of the Crib up against the Exeter Chiefs. It's the last chance for these sides to prepare for the big clashes that start in round 6 when the subscriber sides finally start to meet. But today, it's the Aviva Premiership champions are at home against the Guardians. Hello everyone and welcome on to Cornflakes Crib, your home of Rugby Challenge 3 and the subscriber series, the Global Rugby Challenge, where you will take the field against the world's elite and try to stake your claim as the best in the business. Today, as we said, the Aviva Premiership champions of last season, the Exeter Chiefs, are the home side for today's matchup, and the team unchanged from when we last met them in round number 2. This is the second appearance for them coming up against the subscriber side. It didn't fare too well last time, and many would expect it would be the same sort of result against the Guardians, who have been travelling very, very well too. Last time the Exeter Chiefs took the field, they went down in a big way to Toulon, 34 points to 12, and with Toulon being a side that has been easily beaten by sides like the Guardians, you'd expect this one could be tough here for the Chiefs. Their opponents, of course, the Guardians of the Crib, and this team has been going very, very well. Last round, in round 4, we see them take out the Wasps easily, 31 points to 7. Today, they line up with a few changes, but things have been kept the same in a lot of areas as well, like the front row, which has stayed the same, with the front row squad keeping their spots in 1, 2 and 3. Owen Fagan, Mike Hunt and Luke de Normanville lining up for the Guardians. In the second row, there's a whole new look, with Max Wilder lining up alongside Bob. In the back row, an area of massive strength this Guardian side. Ollie Crabb starts on the blind side, Jake Waller on the open, and Kieran Jones, who is outstanding in his 2 appearances so far, comes in at number 8. Ken Lynch will start at scrum half, and partnering him will be Dom Butler, who has had a great season so far. Consistency has been his key. In the midfield will be Simone Dominguez lining up an inside centre, with Theo Clark moving from the back row to the number 13 jumper. Alongside him will be Elliot Malpass doing the same sort of thing, with James Garner and of course Fergus Slam keeping their spots, and the other 2 outside backs on the right wing and at full back respectively. So they are all set for kickoff here. It will be the Guardians, of course, in the red and blue Exeter Chiefs in the straight white kits here for today's matchup. Strong wind to kick off this game. You can see going from right to left as you look at it right now with Dom Butler. Ball in hand and looking to get this matchup underway. First match of round number 5. Referee calls his whistle away, and we are underway as well. Round 5, Butler kicks high and long, and it's beautifully claimed as well out there from Garner, but he will struggle to keep this one. And the Exeter Chiefs quickly pull it back. Terrible rock retention there from the Guardians as here come the Exeter Chiefs kicking things tight, and now they expose out wide, and it's a great run from Callan Dickey. Keeping a line through there is Dennis, all the way to the left side. Now they go. Awesome turn there from Turner. Then she comes back to Selby, back inside and outside. What on earth is going on here by the Exeter Chiefs? Finally it comes back, and away goes Selby again. He has been in it 2 or 3 times. What a start here from the Exeter Chiefs. Finally, Bob takes it down, and he turns it over before hacking it up 40 metres downfield. Goodness gracious me, how do you keep up with that? Clark makes a good tackle. Clark turns it over. We could be going end to end at the moment here, but another turnover. Terrible pass by the Guardians players, and into the Exeter Chiefs it goes, who start all over again. Dennis coming wide. Another chance out here for Turner. He's up against Garner. Ooh. Who puts in a thunderous tackle? How is it not 7-0? Tell me that, because I don't know. Finally a stoppage, 9 minutes in. He could have had 4 tries the way this game has gone so far. Mike Hunt will throw it. Into the front he goes. Wilder does very well. Gives it back to Dom Butler, who plants this one high, looking for the corner. The wind has caught it and pulled it back around. And it's nicely pulled in from Dolman, who finds support there in Turner. And the Exeter Chiefs will start all over again. Stingson looking down the short side. He's found plenty of support, and that's another good pass to Dennis as well. They keep it beautifully alive as through goes Welsh. Keep it inside to Turner, who kicks this one away. And the chasers coming back by Elliot Malpass, who waits for it and puts in a terrible pass to Jones. And Jones takes him to tackle. Kieran Jones has been outstanding, but no one's helping out here for the Guardians, who lose the ball. Back it comes to the Chiefs. Butler's got work to do. Turns it back inside. Great ball, and it's going to be a try to the Exeter Chiefs eventually. 3 or 4 players could have scored that, but it will be Campagnaro, the outside centre, that does the finishing touches. Well, give them an inch, they'll take, well, an inch and a half. Campagnaro started there, got back beautifully to Hill. It went eventually away to Welsh, who goes back to Mikael Campagnaro, and the try is scored by the Exeter Chiefs. Quickly shifted well too from Stenson, but you've got to say a lot of players there could have and should have scored themselves. Waldron was at the last post there, he could have just fallen over the line. It was almost like they were reluctant to score that try. Bizarrely, why would they not want to score it? I don't know. But they struggled to get it over, and the Guardians' defence just could not cover that ground, and that many passes as well was a real killer as Stenson adds the extra 2. That is 7-0, the Exeter Chiefs defying all logic at the moment as they lead the Guardians 7 points to 0 after 18 minutes. Both sides have had plenty of chances to put the ball into good areas to get near the try line. But you've got to say the Exeter Chiefs have had the better of the match so far as up it goes. Plenty of blue jerseys there. De Normanville takes it in this time. They keep hold of the ball maybe. Eventually does come back for Lynch. He goes wide for Butler. Don Butler! Oh, thunderous tackle there as he goes straight into Witten. It's there for Hunt again. Finds Bob. Tries to power his way through the tackle, but comes down pretty much where the last ruck took place. Now they look wide. Dominguez to Normanville. Out wide for Crab. There's numbers down here for the Guardians if they want to use them. It's Jake Waller with plenty of numbers. And Theo Clark continues his form of scoring tries. This time in the back line. And he puts away the easy finish from the number 13 jumper. 7-5. Guardians hit straight back to the big man. Out in the back line, but how about Jake Waller? Look at him go! Thundering downfield. He drew in the tackle from Dolman, and he still had 2 or 3 players on his shoulder to fire that ball to. Great passing out wide. Excellent execution of the tackle and pass at the same time. Look who was there. Plenty. Kieran Jones, Elliot Malpass, and of course Theo Baker. 3 players adept at the forward pack in the back row, and of course in the back line. Good response from the Guardians, but they've got to contend with this wind, which is not easy. It's a very strong breeze straight in the face here of Butler, but there's no mistake about that one, and he's keeping warm as well at the same time. It's Don Butler. It's 7-7. The Chiefs and the Guardians unable to be separated after 26 minutes. Back it comes to Chudley, who's actually taken the in-play kicking responsibilities here. Not Stenson. And up go the Guardians. Oh, Mike Hunt took that on a different direction. Almost losing the ball. To Normanville. Back to Dominguez, of course, who was very adept himself at playing at fly half. Smacks this one away. It's been messed up in the back from Dolman. And here comes Dominguez chasing hard, looking to pressure into the corner. Garner chases as well. But Endel is the one. Oh, he's got a penalty for his efforts. Referee says not releasing of the tackle. And it is good times rolling here for the Guardians of the Crib. Momentum, confidence, hugely decisive factors in rugby. Half an hour in. And now Butler could make this a lead for the Guardians. Breeze is at his back, and he adds those extra 2 very, very easily. Extra 3, I should say. Very, very easily. 10-7 the score. Not a conversion, it was a penalty. So used to scoring tries. The Guardians pull it back, and they knock over a penalty. Back to Chudley we go, and high, and straight in the guts it goes on. De Normanville has been smashed. Jones thought about getting up, but he did not release the ball, so he goes to ground. Bob, away goes to Waller, and Jake Waller has just hammered this away in the breeze. It was looking very good towards the corner. Theo Clark and Jones himself chasing up, he's got a penalty, and away they go through Turner. Clark comes up, they pass inside, and away they go through Hill. Hill looking for spot out wide. They saw the Exeter Chiefs again as Witten takes it to ground. Oh, Butler's turned it over, and Lamb hacks an ugly kick downfield and catches in the wind. Dolman comes to have another go. On the outside, it's knocked on. And Lynch will bring it in. Wilder looking for support of Luke de Normanville. And what a counter punch by the Guardians. They'll score one straight back when it looked like it would be the Chiefs doing it down the other end. He's scored a few for fun this season, as Luke de Normanville. And it was all through a thunderous tackle from Elliot Malpass. Max Wilder slides straight through, and Luke de Normanville just got up from a tackle himself. You see Elliot Malpass, those two were involved in that last breakdown they had to knock on. Bang! And then you see, just in front of Malpass was de Normanville, and he gets up and he's like, oh, the play's going this way now. I'll have it, thank you. Tries in, and the Guardians' lead now looks very, very good. 15-7. Kick to come, that is worth 2 points. And Don Butler leading an exciting backline here for the Guardians. Oh, there goes half-time as well to boot. Butler on the left side, hits it nicely, it holds high in the wind and goes straight between the uprights. 17-7 is the score. The Exeter Chiefs need to start finishing their chances if they're going to be in this matchup much longer. Two teams head to the sheds for half-time, and you look at these stats and you say, well, Guardians have dominated most areas of the game, but the Exeter Chiefs have definitely had plenty of chances. You can tell that by the second to last row, with the line breaks being 5-2. The Exeter Chiefs over the Guardians. Tackle count very, very close, but the handling errors have let the Guardians down. 22 tackles, 18 to the Chiefs. Other stats of interest, not too much, but possession and territory really giving this nicely to the Guardians. 62 and 67%. That is enough to win you a game. If they keep that up, the Exeter Chiefs will be struggling to get enough ball to get back in the game. Back to Chudley to kick off the second half. Of course, still got the kicking duties. Stingson is being left out in that back line to do the cool rolls of a number 10. It's a deep kick here from Chudley. Finds it all the way down to Lynch. And Theo Clark looks to have a rumble straight back. Setting up there for de Normanville, goes back to Butler. Now, of course, the wind is going the other way. Butler's kicked to that same corner. Before it was going back in field. Now it rolls end on end into touch for a superb kick from Don Butler. Well, yes, we've seen those ones fire back in the field of play. It's not happening anymore, is it? Here's Yendall throwing in. Bob just missed it. It comes down nicely and beautifully for Hill, but it's advantage to the Guardians of the Crib. Forward pass. Let's see that one again. I'm not sold on that.
Crouch.
Wow,
Bind.
definitely not good there from
Set.
Chudley. He snuck through the middle there. Almost gave him a chance. Scrub feed though comes in from Ken Lynch, and it's a solid one as well. Here's Kieran Jones, speaking of destructive players. He throws another backdoor. de Normanville, oh no! That would have been a fantastic try if he could have put that pass away, but a thunderous hit coming in to shut him down. And not much of a decision to make here yet again. Mike Hunt, he is the decision maker. And he has said, let's put this game to bed. 2 tries on the board already, they know that. But the most important thing here is practicing these sort of plays, getting points on the board, finishing the chances, and with that, Don Butler adds another 3, and it is 20 points to 7. Still a wee way to go on this one, but the Chiefs are slowly fading. Haven't seen anything from them in the second half, the Exeter Chiefs. And Chudley gets us back underway. Another high one. Very high left side, and it sits up beautifully once again for Lynch. He gives it to Mike Hunt, who goes straight through a hole. Walk down just outside his 22. Back to Theo Clark. This is not really his environment, and that's, well, that sums it up. He has just pulverised that ball straight to touch. Just outside his 22 as well, but Not the man you want to be giving that ball to. Yendall gets it beautifully into the middle and Hill pulls it down. And they try to drive here, the Exeter Chiefs. Only a couple of players from the Guardians in there and they drag it round towards the touchline. It's there for Francis. Dummies once, cuts it back inside. They look to play something technical with Witten. Going back out inside it goes to Waldrum. Waldrum with support. What a hospital pass there to Steenson. Now they go left side. Turner again, and they slide through nicely. It's going to be chance. Yendall, away it goes, and it's a Salvi back inside, and Yendall will score. The Exeter Chiefs are back. Exquisite play from the Chiefs. But how many times did we say Yendall in that play? There's Turner away to Francis, back to Yendall, out wide it goes to Salvi, and he looks back inside to Yendall, and a superb finish. Exquisite support play from the Exeter Chiefs. Finding holes through this lackluster Guardians defence. Salvi, goodness, he could have got himself, but he offloaded perfectly to his hooker, who scores the try. Well, they are within. If this kick goes over, it's converted try of winning this game. And expect it will, it does. So now the lead is only 6. A converted try will make it 21-20. Pressure goes straight back on the Guardians. 20 minutes to go. They've seemed so dominant in this game, the Guardians of the Crib, but they still have not put it away at all. 2 tries apiece, so bonus points definitely not on the radar for either side at the moment. As up they go, and down they come with it as Ollie Woodburn. Quickly in to support that and keep hold of it for the Chiefs. Here's Yendall. You can't keep him out of the game. Now they look to throw it wide, and wide they go as well. Brilliant plays, finding eventually out to Turner. Turner looks to take the tackle, and he does. Oh, he's all wrapped up from Ghana. His opposite number, Theo Clark. Beats one. Theo Clark straight through the middle, and they do not shut him down. 2 tries for Theo Clark. That was poor. Very, very poor from the Exeter Chiefs. Numbers were wide either side of Theo Clark, but the defence did not shut the main man down himself. James Garner did brilliantly. He beat one on the sidestep, and it wasn't much to beat a player like Dennis there. But you saw there, Whitson and Dolman, I think it was, on his left and on his right of Theo Clark as he goes straight through. There it is. Referee was in there. And watch them left. There's one, and there's the other on the right. Neither really made an effort to shut down this man, Theo Clark, who dots down twice. Doesn't matter whether it's a single-digit number on his back or a double-digit number. He is knowing his way to the try line. So back it comes to Butler to add the much required 2. The way this game's going, who knows what's going to happen next. We've got 15 minutes left in this one, and we have quite the finish on our hands. 27-14. The lead now is out to 13 points. Where does Chudley go now? Does he go short, try to regather, or does he pin down the Guardians and look for a mistake? He hits it high into the wind as well. It goes, holds up, it's short enough, but Denormaville does very well. Here's Fagan. What a run for Fagan. Finds it to Crab. Crab's got support, and Jones. And away will go Kieran Jones. Another one who can dominate a game. Forward, back, it doesn't matter. Kieran Jones scores tries. X-Factor players, that is what the Guardians of the Crib have. You look at guys like Theo Clark, like Kieran Jones. Who else have they got on this side? Malpass, that's the other guy I was thinking of. Elia Malpass on the left wing, hasn't shown too much today. But these are big guys who can play adeptly in the forward and the back line and do brilliant things. Great catch there from Ollie Crab, who puts it away brilliantly to Kieran Jones. And we know he's got the wheels to go in for the try, which also means bonus point, which 15 minutes ago we were not talking about at all. Brilliant stuff from the Guardians. They can turn it on in an instant. And you say, you look at that team, Malpass, the guy I was forgetting to mention, if he was firing as well, this could be devastating for the Exeter Chiefs. And when you look at the guys they've got in the pack as well, Jake Waller's there, Max Wilder has been amazing. Ollie Crabb has come storming into this game late on. 10 to go. The lead is 20. This one is all done and dusted. Try back for the Chiefs just a couple of minutes ago. It would have been the ideal response, but they have failed to get anywhere near it. And now it's Jonesall again. Oh, he was almost through for another try, looking for a hat-trick in the match. A tense game that has seen the Guardians
Crouch.
storm away with the finish.
Sit.
Scrum feed for Chudley. Good 1-2 for the Exeter Chiefs. Now it starts to twist. He's got to get it out of there, Chudley. He's got to get it out of there soon. He looks, and he does. Misses out Woodburn, goes to the left side instead with Steenson. Is met with a vicious defence. Now it's Ollie Woodburn who pulls it in. He fires a double cut-out pass wide. They come back inside. Sully does brilliantly as well. Eventually, it goes back to the left side of Dave Dennis.
Release.
Coming back in off the right wing. Chudley. Short for Welsh. They keep it for Witten. Great ball to Waldrum. He creates space and out wide to Turner. He's got away from Theo Clark. Over his head he goes. It's Sulby. Sulby outside and he'll be in for the try. There's Luke Cowan-Dickey, the loose hit prop. It is so hard to keep up with this play just by watching, let alone defending as well. Lockie Turner did brilliantly. Put it inside to Salvi. Again, Salvi. Just being in everything today for the Exeter Chiefs. This is brilliant from Turner. Over the head, brilliantly caught. You've got to give that man some credit. And great speed. It wasn't any speed, it was acceleration off the mark from Luke Cowan-Dickey to get away from the chase of Simone Dominguez and to score a try for the Exeter Chiefs. His first of the game. And now their third of the match. With time probably not enough to start again. No, there it goes. All over. 3 tries and all the Chiefs will be able to manage. But they got close and they have pushed the Guardians brilliantly over this 80-minute performance. 34-21 full time. The Chiefs get the final say, but it is the Guardians of the Crib that celebrates, and so they should. Big game preparation for them, because they know next up they are in for one hell of a test. They've come away with, again, somehow, the full quota of points. 5 in the bank for the Guardians. And they had to work so hard for that as well. Penalty goals were the option of the day. They took every point they could muster, but it just about was not enough to keep the Exeter Chiefs at bay. 3 tries. Mikel Campagnaro opened things up with a stunner to get the Chiefs on the board first. And then Yendall, wow, this was probably my try of the match easily before Cowan-Dickey finished it off for the Exeter Chiefs right at the end, their third and final try. Gareth Steenson was amazing with the boot. Didn't do much kicking in open play, but off the tee, he was superb. As for the Guardians of the Crib, De Normanville, Jones and Theo Clark with a double. I mean, we talk about Kieran Jones all the time. He is a great asset to the side, and Luke De Normanville, front row squad representing well there with another try for the big boys up front. Don Butler, exceptional of the boot, getting 6 out of 6, 4 conversions, 2 penalty goals, and a good night for, he's now even more the leading try scorer, the leading point scorer. 33 points he had before today's matchup. He has added a good little tally of 8 on the conversion and another 6, 14 points in total, putting him nicely up to 47 if my maths serves me right on the points tally. Good game, but a tight one and a hard-fought win for the Guardians. As for the stats, well, they just changed a little bit, didn't they? Especially possession and territory. Exeter Chiefs come into that game a little bit more in the second half, but overall you're pretty much looking at a 60-40 both ways to the Guardians. A lot of defence though from the visiting side. 42 tackles. They did take every point on offer. You see 2 penalty goals. Handling errors are up on both sides, 7-5. And the line breaks, well, Exeter, you got to say with those stats, you should have done better. Well, one game into round 5, and wasn't that a stunning game to start us off as well to get the round underway. Next up, you can see on screen there, we've got the Flakers up against Wasps. That one's at Affinity Park. Home match for the Flakers as well. So let's take a look at the table heading into our second match of round 5. We can see the Guardians of the Crib. Let's move that. Wow, look at that. Exeter Chiefs are dead last. 5 losses from 5 games. And they almost, well, you know, they were close enough. Nearly a bonus point there, but they They put in a pretty good effort, and you've got to give them credit for how they performed in that last game, being a side so low. I'm going to say if that was the Crusaders or Wasps or something, it could have been a little bit different. But alas, the Guardians are the team we're here to see, and they are 5 from 5, complete opposite to the Exeter Chiefs. 4 bonus points as well, so they've dropped just the 1, and they sit up on 24 points now, putting the pressure on the Celtic Dragons, who are the only team now that can equal them, with the Flakers only on 18. They've dropped 2 bonus points, and the All Flakes have dropped 3. But the All Flakes players we've seen in comments, they're happy with that. They're happy to go into these must-win clashes against the other subscriber sides, knowing that they know how to win rather than score bonus points. So it is all on the heads of these clashes later on in the season. Guardians, though, they'll be happy. They'll go into the next round knowing their form is definitely on their side. So let's have a look at what's coming up in the next round. We can see the Guardians are the first home team for a subscriber side clash, and they're up against the Corn Flakers, who, if they win their game against the Wasps tomorrow or in the next match this round, we will know if they will be able to pass the Guardians should they win that clash between the two sides. Bonus points are key, but like the All Flakes players have said, winning matches is more of a key. The All Flakes are the next team up after that. They're up against the Lions, and then the Celtic Dragons rounded up against Clermont, with the Crusaders of Munster finishing up the round. Then Scarlets take on the Exeter Chiefs before we have the big one, the massive one of the competition so far. The Guardians of the Crib up against the Corn Flakers, Lions, Toulon, Wasps, Dragons, Munster, All Flakes, and Clermont round out against the Crusaders for round 6. But then we have a second one. Look at this. The Celtic Dragons at home against the Guardians. So 2 huge weeks coming up for the Guardians. I'm pretty sure the third round, yes, they're out of the big clashes. So they're against the Crusaders. So 2 huge rounds coming up for the Guardians of the Crib. And they'll be happy they put in a decent display there against the Exeter Chiefs to put themselves in the best possible position going into this round with a clash with, first off, the Corn Flakers. Alright, that does wrap me up for today's matchup. An exciting one, a good little fight from the Exeter Chiefs, but in the end, the Guardians weren't too good. An exciting game, though, from the two sides. I'll be back again very, very soon as we look to pile our way into these subscriber series games. I have been away a little bit off and on throughout the last month or so I do apologise for that. Looking to really get back into this if I can, as much as possible and as soon as possible as well. So, big game coming up, and I want to get to those big clashes between subscriber sides as well, which will be AI controlled. So, if you tune into Season 1, you know how that works. If not, it's no input of mine at all. It is AI controlling both sides as they do the big dash. So, that is me for today. Thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Let me know who you thought your outstanding performance were from this round 5 matchup between the Guardians and the Chiefs, so we can put them in Team of the Week contention for round 5. Until then, though, thanks for tuning and watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.